Ladies and gentlemen, I've come across the creepiest incel of all time. Now, you may not be familiar with what an incel is. A lot of people use it on Twitter as a derogatory term to use towards people who might watch the Joe Rogan podcast or listen to Jordan Peterson, or even people who watch me. They call those people incels. So, g'day incels, head on. But in reality, incels are actually people known as involuntary celibates. They are basically saying, I will not sleep with women, or they can't sleep with women, and they don't really like them. They don't like chicks. Like, genuinely, most incels are just misogynists. They carry on with this whole thing of, I don't need a woman, I don't need this, women are this, women are that. It's just shit. It's just garbage that comes out of their mouths. And a lot of them turn out to be rather violent people. You see, these guys are angry virgins, and maybe the reason they feel this way towards women is maybe they've had bad relationships or with women in the past, even maybe their mother or their first girlfriend, whatever. That's not an excuse to be a whole piece of shit to an entire gender, but they do it anyway. They blame everything bad in the world on women, and that is not good. These are bad people. Terrible examples of men, perhaps the worst examples of men. And unfortunately, all men get lumped into that category, which is a bit shit. Okay, so incels are dangerous. Of that, there is no doubt.
Finding out about sex is one of the things that truly destroyed my entire life, but I would never get it. Not getting any sex is what will shape the very foundation of my miserable youth.
Who is that quoting, you may ask? Elliot Rodger, a misogynistic incel that walked into a college campus and committed a mass shooting.
Elliot Rodger, the 22-year-old suspected of killing 7 people and injuring 13 others before dying himself, possibly of a self-inflicted gunshot wound, tells his story of a life of starvation and yearning in this 140-page document. It chronicles how the more lonely I felt, the more angry I became, leading him to settle on a plan for a day of retribution.
And it's with seeing things like that that makes this following video, that this entire video is about, so distressing.
And she saw me and she immediately pulled away, and I wasn't forcing her to listen or anything, you know. I just wanted to play the song for her, you know, give her her own choice. If she wanted to be with me.
This is a conversation between a man and 2 police officers. I think it's outside of a police station. I'm not 100% sure. But it's all in regards to his relationship or non-relationship with a woman. He is very attracted to this woman, and I think you could go ahead and say he is obsessed with this young lady. And it's gotten to the point where she feels so threatened that she's called the police. So obviously he's doing something just a little wrong.
You know?
Does she know you?
Yeah, I worked with her there for like 5-6 months.
Did y'all have a relationship?
No, we were talking a little bit, but it never really got serious.
Okay.
Talking a little bit. Okay, what? A few messages here and there, maybe an Instagram DM, maybe you've run into each other a couple of times. What's going on here? And then you decide to stalk her? Fucking alarm bells, mate.
But anyways, I pulled up there, and I was in the other parking lot, and I saw her get in her car, and I was like, oh shoot, it's my moment. So I pulled up there next to her, and she pulled away from me, and so I chased her a little bit, just because, I don't know, women are crazy. Like,
oh my God, fucking alarm bells indeed. So you rock up, right? You see this lady that you got the hots for, and you'd never really spoken to her, and she's definitely not interested, and then she runs away. So what do? As an insane person, you chase her. That's how I'll convince her I'm a real fucking catch. I'm gonna chase her.
I felt like she wanted me to chase her.
Do you not think chasing somebody's crazy?
Well, it's just like, I only went like a couple blocks down the street.
I'm just saying, don't you think chasing somebody's crazy?
A couple of blocks? Oh, officer, I only chased her 1.5 kilometers. I thought she'd love it. It was only 6 minutes of chasing. Come on, mate. But I get it. There's so many romantic movies where a lady's not like heaps keen at the start, and then the dude chases her, tackles her, and hog ties her and puts her in the back of a fucking utility vehicle.
When they obviously don't want to.
Well, I had my song playing, and I wanted to like her to hear it maybe.
Yeah. This guy has music. He makes it. And just in your head, picture how it sounds, please. Remember, this man is very disturbed. Just picture how you think it sounds. Or let's all do that right now. Okay? Here's how it sounds.
Catch fire, sprout to the moon, to the top and grow.
That's an instant classic. Why would a lady run away from that? I would be running towards it. Please marry me.
Apparently she didn't want to hear it, right? So what else happened? Let's get on with the story.
Well, anyways, her father called me up and he made some threats to me and to my life.
Okay.
And so I just want to have his name on file.
What did he say to you?
I think he said he's going to stab me. Like,
I'd just like to say I'm not condoning violence here, but if I was the father of that woman, I would hunt you down.
For chasing his daughter?
yeah, but it wasn't chasing. It was like going down a couple streets. Like, that's like fun to women. Like, women like that. A little bit of excitement.
No, they don't.
Ladies love getting chased, don't you Shulas watching this? That's actually how I met my wife, Claire. She was walking down the main street in our hometown of Newcastle, and I saw her from my car, and I was like, wow, that's a nice looking lady. I bet she's really nice and lovely and beautiful and all that type of stuff. So I threw my balaclava on. I put up my running shoes on, obviously. I also put one of those camelbacks on so I can, like, you know, run for a while and have a nice good water source just in case the chase went on longer than I assumed. Anyway, I eventually caught up to her, grabbed her, put her in my basement, and we've been married ever since. Isn't that beautiful? We're having a child. Ooh, yeah.
What about, like,
If I was a
Porn.
father, I'd probably tell you the same thing.
what about, like, BDSM porn, where women like to have rape fantasies?
Well, apparently this girl doesn't.
Well, who knows? Most women do like having rape fantasies.
Okay. Do you think she does?
I don't know.
Like, that's insane. Even if it is a fantasy, like, maybe they don't want some random stranger to do it. A lot of people have weird fetishes in the bedroom, like getting pissed on. Lots of people love getting pissed on. Me, not so much. I'm a big asparagus eater. But if you went out into the public and decided to piss on someone, people are going to get mad because even if they did have that fantasy, don't do it as a stranger. But what you are seeing here, in all seriousness, is a very unhinged and possibly dangerous man.
Here's my suggestion. Leave her alone.
Well, this is one song I made, and this was the final chance I was going to have.
Here's my chance. Here's my advice. It's over. Leave her alone.
Yeah, that's solid fucking advice. Leave her alone, fuck ya. But you know what? Sometimes it's not just incels that need to hear that advice. If you have broken up with someone or someone's fallen out of love with you, just leave them alone. Just move on. Stalking people, there's other fish in the sea. That is, if you need to hear that right now, there is definitely someone else out there for you. You need to understand that those people don't want anything to do with you anymore and move on, all right? Hot tip from the Buttsmart.
Okay.
Fathers will hurt you over their daughters.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is she needs to have her own free will, man. You don't understand. I'm a man myself, bro, and I have needs myself.
She's choosing her free will by telling her daddy what happened to you, and I'm telling you, stay away from her because he will hurt you probably.
Why are you bringing up free will when you just chase someone to make them listen to your music and possibly marry you?
She's being controlled by him.
That's fine. That's fine. That's her choice, right? Free
Well-
choice, free will.
I think she should go do porn.
Okay, you need to leave.
It's legal.
You need to leave.
Well,
Fucking what? Where the fuck did that come from? She is controlled by her father. She won't listen to my music. She won't love me. She should do porn. All right, you fucking weird.
I'm just giving you advice. The girl doesn't want to talk to you.
yeah, but there's something's twisted about that.
There's something twisted about the way you think.
I was going to let her make her own choice after the
Well,
song.
she's made her choice.
And I just don't think she had a reasonable opportunity to make a choice, because I'm going to blow up,
No,
and I'm going to be a famous DJ, and I'm...
I guarantee you won't. You're about 15 minutes away from being a fucking school shooter. That's who you are, allegedly. There is one issue I take with this entire thing. The person who posted this video, and I saw the video because of them, is a lady called Ask Aubrey. That's a Twitter account. Anyway, and she normally posts a lot of feminism content, and that's why I follow her, because it's a good laugh. Anyway, it's all anti-men, all that type of stuff. But here's the caption, and I think it was unfair. Men are afraid that women will laugh at them. Women are afraid that men will kill them. Basically suggesting that all women should be afraid of all men. And they shouldn't, okay? They should be wary of all men, as you should be wary of all strangers. That's fucking important. But to say that all men are like this is disingenuous, and it's a fucking in bad faith argument. Also, on top of that, you shouldn't be afraid of men or women. Just be afraid of psychos, all right? And obviously it's hard to sometimes find out who psychos are, so be scared of everybody. But this feminist doctrine is affecting young men, all right? It really, really is, particularly kids. Like, if you are told as a child, or let's say 8, 9, 10 years old, that you are bad because of your gender, you're going to grow up to possibly be one of these incels and blame women for everything else because you've been told you're such a bad person for your entire life over something that you can't control. It is not good. It is not good. So anyway, old mate leaves the police station and the officers alone, and then we get a face reveal. And it's fucking heinous.
You know what happens when women don't ever you know, come to terms with themselves, bad shit happens.
Why the fuck did you just whisper that, you psycho? She doesn't like you. Leave her alone. Get over it. And also, get yourself to a psych ward fucking yesterday.
The cops want to deny me trying to get her to be straight. Something is wrong about that.
Okay, so she's a lesbian. All this time she's a lesbian. She's not interested in you, not only because you're a fucking weird looking fuck and play terrible music, but also because she's not attracted to men. What are you doing? And so your idea to circumvent all these problems is to convert her from being a lesbian. Mate, you would terrify her so much that she wouldn't even touch anything that looks like a penis again. Bananas would be horrifying to her.
And her father is controlling the bullshit. I just don't see it. I'm older than her fucking father.
What? You're older than her father? You said in the video earlier you were 27, she was 25. What the fuck are you smoking?
That's how I feel right now. I've lived this life. I've been the greatest. I've been down and I've been about. I don't know where this is going.
Jesus. Play these two videos together between this guy and Elliot Rodger. They are a bit scarily similar. It's almost the same situation. And I hate to break the seriousness of this video, but let me tell you this. We have brand new content going up almost every second day on Patreon, like exclusive podcasts and lots of little photos and clips about videos that are coming up, particularly documentary work. And let me tell you this, I'm gonna give away $500 this week to people on Patreon. So to be a part of all of that and potentially win 500 bucks, getting close to Christmas, that's pretty good. All you have to do is join, and guess what? It's $1 a month. That's pretty fucking good. $1 a month. That's all it is, all right? The link's in the description. So anyway, old mate continues ranting, and then as I looked through all the fucking comments and that type of shit on the Instagram post, we got this update.
Have you ever heard the song Baby It's Cold Outside?
Probably.
You know, he's like saying, she's saying no, I'm saying yes, and they're just playing this game.
But that's for the judge to decide, not me, okay?
I know. It's just the way it is. And lots of people stood up for that song, so, I mean...
Okay, so he's referencing Baby It's Cold Outside.
Baby, it's cold outside.
A Christmas song where a dude's trying to convince this girl not to leave and say, it's cold outside, don't go, don't go. They tried to cancel it a few years ago, and I think a lot of people were like, oh mate, come on, it's just a song, get over it, it's a bit creepy, but if she was attracted to him, it'll be fine, it's just a bit of flirting. And I think maybe they had some reason to carry on about it. I mean, it is a little bit creepy, but if she likes the dude and it's fun, then it's all good, right? But if she doesn't and it's not fun, then it's not okay. In the case of this fucking guy, everything is not okay. Allegedly. Now, it appears that he was arrested, apparently. But this should all just be a lesson to all of us that incels are pretty fucking dangerous. Not great humans, all right? And if you also, and this is terrifying, if you combine incel culture with the no fap culture, no nut November, so they're not having sex with women, they're not jerking off, you've got a dude that's gonna blow up like a fucking nuclear bomb. But in all honesty, I think that anyone who blames the other gender for all the problems in their lives are bad people. They are not smart individuals, they're not intelligent at all, they are just lazy shit humans, and you shouldn't spend any time with them or do anything for them. That goes for the fucking mad feminists and these fucking incels. Basically, the hardcore feminists are the incels of the female world and the males are the feminists of, you know what I'm trying to say. They're the complete polar opposites of each other, but they're exactly the same. But don't get these men mixed up with decent men, because there are lots of decent dudes out there, all right? These guys are 1 in 100, all right? There's a lot of them, but they're very rare. Don't conflate normal dudes with these psychos. Not every man is out there to hurt you, and it is a terrible way to live your life to be scared of all men, and as a man to think that everybody's scared of you, particularly for young men growing up like that, thinking that they are the enemy, and for young women to grow up thinking that they are the enemy. That's just shit. That doesn't bring us closer together. That creates more of a divide than ever before. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week. Toodaloo. Oh, actually, there might be another video tomorrow. Oh my God, we put up 3 every single fucking week. That's not bad. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Mid-extings. Toodaloo. Blah, 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 blah.